Welcome to Who Is, the channel where we go beyond the headlines to uncover the truth behind the most fascinating and misunderstood people on the planet. He's a global music sensation, a fashion disruptor, a cultural force, and yet almost no one really knows who he is behind the sunglasses and swagger. This is the story of Bad Bunny, the reggaeton revolutionary who changed the game without changing who he is. His name is Benito Antonio Martínez Ocasio, but the world doesn't call him that. The world knows him as Bad Bunny, a name that echoes in stadiums, vibrates through speakers, and dominates playlists across every continent. But before he was a musical juggernaut, a wrestling fan, a fashion rebel, and the voice of a new generation of Latinos, he was just a kid from Vega Baja, Puerto Rico, with oversized dreams and a voice no one expected to change the world. Bad Bunny was born on March 10, 1994, in Almirante Sur, a small rural community in the municipality of Vega Baja. His father was a truck driver, his mother, a retired school teacher. He grew up in a working-class household with two younger brothers, learning the value of effort and humility early. His mother often played salsa, merengue, and ballads at home. His father listened to tropical music, and in church he sang in the choir. It was there, in that echoing, sanctified space, that Benito first realized the power of his voice. He wasn't a prodigy. He wasn't trained. He didn't attend elite music schools or get plucked from obscurity by industry scouts. He simply loved music, especially reggaeton, a genre born from the underground clubs and barrios of Puerto Rico, often dismissed by elites but embraced by the streets. Artists like Daddy Yankee, Tego Calderon, Vico C, and Don Omar were his gods. Their raw, percussive beats and rebellious lyrics lit a fire in him that wouldn't go out. He studied audiovisual communication at the University of Puerto Rico at Arecibo, a practical decision, though he never stopped making beats in his room or writing rhymes in the Notes app on his phone. He adopted the name Bad Bunny after a childhood photo surfaced of him wearing bunny ears with an angry face. It stuck, ironic, memorable, and strange enough to work. In 2016, he uploaded a track called Dials to SoundCloud. It was raw, rough around the edges, but it had a vibe. A dark, syrupy, aggressive beat paired with deep vocals that didn't try to be melodic. It caught the attention of DJ Luian, a producer with a powerful independent label called Hear This Music. Soon after, Bad Bunny was releasing tracks like Soy Peor, Tu No Meets Cabra, and Crippy Kush. They weren't hits by pop standards, but in the Latin trap scene, they were earthquakes. And just like that, the world began to shift. Bad Bunny's rise wasn't manufactured. It wasn't polished or choreographed. It was grassroots, internet-based, relentless. He released music constantly, each single darker, weirder, and more infectious than the last. He didn't smile in promo photos. He wore brightly colored clothes, painted his nails, bleached his hair, wore sunglasses indoors. He looked like someone who had walked out of a science fiction reggaeton dream. And that's exactly what people wanted. In 2017, he began collaborating with established stars, J Balvin, Ozuna, Farruko, and Arcangel. He was the new blood, the underground threat turned mainstream curiosity. But the turning point came in 2018 with I Like It, a song by Cardi B featuring J Balvin and Bad Bunny. It was a crossover smash, hitting #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Suddenly, English-speaking audiences were saying his name, but he didn't adjust. He didn't start singing in English. He didn't dilute himself. He doubled down. Later that year, he released MIA featuring Drake, yes Drake, who sang in Spanish on the track. That wasn't just a flex, it was a shift in cultural power. The Latin wave wasn't adapting to the US, The US was adapting to it. Then came X100 PRE, his debut studio album, released on Christmas Eve 2018. It wasn't a reggaeton album. It was an explosion of genres: emo trap, punk, Latin pop, dancehall, bachata, trap, and more. Critics raved. Fans lost their minds. It wasn't clean or commercial. It was messy, emotional, and brilliant. And it made one thing clear: Bad Bunny wasn't here to follow rules. He was here to rewrite them. He followed it with Oasis, a collaborative album with J Balvin. Then came the pandemic. While the world shut down in 2020, Bad Bunny sped up. He dropped YHLQMDLG, short for Yo Hago Lo Que Me Da La Gana, I Do Whatever I Want, a rebellious, triumphant, nostalgic record that became the highest charting all Spanish language album ever on the Billboard 200 at the time. And just months later, he released Las Que No Iban a Salir, a compilation of unreleased tracks, and then El Último Tour del Mundo, the first all-Spanish album in history to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200. That wasn't just a record, that was a revolution. By this point, Bad Bunny was no longer just a musician. He was a symbol of change, of resistance, of pride. He openly supported LQB plus rights, defying the machismo of the reggaeton scene. He wore skirts, kissed men in videos, painted his nails, protested the Puerto Rican government, spoke out about femicide and gender violence. He wasn't an activist for optics. He was an artist with a conscience, something rare, something dangerous. He began appearing in WWE, first as a guest, then as an actual wrestler. He trained, took hits, flipped, slammed. It wasn't a cameo, it was passion. Fans respected him more for it. The music world raised an eyebrow, but his fan base grew stronger. Bad Bunny was building a multiverse: music, wrestling, fashion, activism, cinema, and all of it flowed from him effortlessly. In 2022, he released Un Verano Sin Ti, a breezy, emotional, Caribbean-flavored summer album that was equal parts heartbreak and hedonism. It became the most streamed album globally on Spotify. Bad Bunny wasn't just breaking records, he was redefining what pop even meant. And yet, despite global fame, he rarely gave interviews. He avoided celebrity parties. He wasn't constantly online. His mystery became part of his brand. He wasn't distant, he was deliberate. He didn't explain his every move. He made moves and let the world talk. His dating life, especially with model and reality TV star Kendall Jenner, sparked debates online. Fans were divided. Some accused him of selling out, others called it a publicity stunt. But he ignored it all. His focus remained on the art. By 2023 and 2024, Bad Bunny had been on the covers of Rolling Stone, Time, GQ, Vogue, and more. He had been named one of the most influential people in the world. He was headlining Coachella, performing at WrestleMania, collaborating with everyone from Rosalia to The Weeknd. He wasn't riding the wave, he was the wave. But who is he really? Benito remains elusive. He's loud in his music, quiet in real life. He once said, "I'm not here to be the most famous. I'm here to make music that matters." He still lives in Puerto Rico, still speaks Spanish in interviews, still fights for artists' rights, still challenges toxic masculinity with every dress he wears and every lyric that breaks from genre norms. He built his empire without pandering. He proved that Latin music didn't need translation to dominate, that masculinity didn't need aggression to be strong, that artists could speak out loudly, boldly, and still sell out stadiums. Bad Bunny didn't just rise, he exploded. Not with permission, not with compromise, but with clarity of identity and creative fire. He became a mirror for an entire generation of Latinos who felt unseen by the global stage. And while his beats thump in every club, and his face fills billboards, his most radical act remains simple: being unapologetically himself. In a world obsessed with imitation, Bad Bunny became a global icon by being original. He didn't knock on the door of culture. He kicked it open, in a skirt, with painted nails and a 1,000-watt sound. So, who is Bad Bunny? He's not just a reggaeton artist. He's not just a rapper or a singer. He's a force, a disruptor, a mirror, a movement. And now, you know. This was the story of Bad Bunny, the boy from Vega Baja who rewrote the rules of global music. Here on Who Is, we reveal the truth behind the fame, unfiltered, uncut, and unlike anything else on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, and share this video with someone who still thinks reggaeton is just party music. Because this is much bigger than music. This is Who Is?